Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. This is the 2023 Kia Niro. It comes in 3 platforms and there's a lot of changes for 2023. It comes with a hybrid, it comes with a plug-in hybrid, or you can get an electric vehicle. Today we're going to cover the hybrid that does not have a plug-in option. But I have to tell you, you'll be pretty impressed with this vehicle, especially with a lot of the new changes. Now, what's new for 2023? The whole exterior of the vehicle looks different. Starting with the front of the vehicle, you'll note the new Kia logo on the hood of the vehicle, as well as the LED lights are new for this year. You'll see that new signature lighting that is carrying along with the full Kia product line. The alloy wheels on our SX Touring are 18-inch, and you go to the entry-level vehicle, it rides on 16-inch alloy wheels. You'll note right away when you see the side of this vehicle that it looks different. And there are different trim levels that offer different details. There are 6 different trim levels from the entry-level EX all the way up to our SX Touring. Now you'll note this black clad molding detail down at the bottom makes it look very modern, a little quirky as well. You've got black roof rails and black details, but you have silver here, a brushed silver all the way across the top. Gives it a more modern look. I actually like it. I think it looks pretty good. Now, this is the part that some people love or they hate. It is black here. You can get it in body color. I like the black. I think it looks modern. You can put down in the comments down below what your thoughts are. But I think this vehicle looks a lot better than the previous generation. Coming around to the back, you'll see this upper wing, which I really like with the LED, the full length of the wing. Very nice design. Wiper blade is here, which I wish was tucked up underneath. There's so much room. The design would be much cleaner if that wiper blade was tucked up there. You've got the Kia logo, that's all new here. You've got the Kia Niro logo here. And on this side, you have the HEV. You'll note that the detail across the back, I really like. It's clean, it's modern, and it is different. If you like different, this vehicle definitely will meet your interest level. When it comes to visibility, you can look out the front and you can see it's a nice piece of glass, and the side is really nice as well. But looking into that rear view mirror, you can see that that piece of glass is on the smaller side based on the design, but that's why that backup camera is critical. There is no around view camera and there's no blind spot cameras, so you gotta use those side view mirrors. They're there so you can see what's going on. When it comes to seating, there's 3-stage heated, 3-stage ventilated, and a heated steering wheel. That same thing is true on the passenger side. The material on the seats are synthetic leather upholstery, and the driver's seat has memory seat settings. Here in the second row, there is more room in the 23 Niro, and there are some interesting new updates. First off, tons of legroom. I set the seat for me. I am 5'8", and I can't believe how much legroom there is, which is great, especially when you got kids, child safety seats, really important. You also have storage behind each of the seats, and on each of the sides of the seats is USB charging. Now they have added something kind of cool. You might look at these seats and go, they're kind of weird looking, but there's a reason for this. Here's the design. This piece here is actually a bag hanger. You can hang your bag here. What a great idea, especially if you bring home eggs and bottles of wine or whatever it is that might get damaged. If you don't have this on your car, you can buy the Bag Fix. If you check out thebagfix.com, it's a product I designed for QVC that we sell now to everyone. You can add this now to your vehicle. There is the latch system for 2 child safety seats, also cup holders. These seats split 60-40. In front of you is 2 10.25-inch screens. Now the main screen in front of you does have some information that changes, and you can change your drive modes on the steering wheel, which goes from sport or eco. Those are your only 2 choices. On the left side of the steering wheel, you can change the information from your idle mode for your eco, your navigation, and additional information such as engine temp, and you can drive to display the tire pressure. This information can do a lot of settings for the safety as well. Again, this information is available to you. I've been idling, so that's not fair because it actually was doing better than that. But I'm idling here to shoot this segment. Overall, though, this vehicle has a really nice clean dash. It is smooth. You can see there's no hood. It just goes straight over. In the center, you've got your normal navigation system, which is great. Your home button is right here. You've got your hybrid portion, which is kind of neat. You can see what's going on, what you're doing on average, speed and everything. Map, navigational menu, your phone projection, your voice memos, if you use that, valet mode, and so forth. Switching over here, you've got your media and your Kia Connect, which replaces that UVO, which is the old system. And your owner's manual is right there, so you don't have to have a gigantic book. And if you don't want any of that, you can just go to the nice quiet mode. Further down, you've got your climate control and your vents. Now, this is something you either love or you don't love. I think I'm totally fine with this. Not everybody is. You've got your volume here, and you can see that it's set right, all the standard climate control and all of your controls that you would want, your map, your navigation, radio, and so forth. But if you press this button right there, it changes everything. So that same button switches to the climate control. So this button that was volume is also your climate change. This is very standard now on a lot of the Kia products. You'll see it on the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the 6. But I find it pretty easy. How often do you change your climate? Just briefly. Below that center screen and those controls, you've got your charging ports and wireless charging, which is really, really nice. Start, stop button, your heated seats, your auto hold, and then on this side you have your camera, which you can press right there. And it'll tell you what's going on around you. That's all you got. So that's kind of a limitation to me. Now this is kind of neat. Let's call this your cup holder situation, where you would think just 2 cup holders. What if you have something larger? You can just tuck that in there. Tuck that in there. And now you have this whole area for putting items. Now what if you want to put a cup in there? What? And now you can make it cup holders. Kind of different, very neat. Underneath the glove box lid is just that, more storage. To the right of the center screen is just some really cool detail. They did a nice job with the interior. I know there's a little bit of plastic, but honestly, I think they did a really nice job. And then you come to the audio system. 7-speaker Harman Kardon Premium Audio is on our SX Touring, but it's optional on the lower trim levels. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto integration is standard. And also the Digital Key 2.0, which is a smartphone application that allows you to start the vehicle, lock and unlock the vehicle. Now, all Kia Niros come standard with the full suite of safety features. Forward collision warning, blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, the rear intervention. One thing that this vehicle does not have, and I miss it, is Kia typically has a blind spot detection. When you put on the turn signal, it will show it to you in your gauges here. It's not here. I don't understand why. That is like all Kia, Hyundai, Genesis product have it, and they are the best at the blind spot detection. I'm not really sure why. When you make a turn, it's nice to know what's going on your left flank or your right flank, and that would tell you. So you got to use your mirrors on this. Not that you wouldn't anyhow. You never want to trust the cameras. Overall, that's the one thing I think is missing when it comes to safety. But if that's important to you, then you might want to look at some of the other products in the Kia lineup. Under the hood is a double overhead cam 16-valve 1.6-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. The engine itself offers 104 horsepower and 106 pound-feet of torque. But match up those two hybrid motors, combine that together, and you have 139 horsepower with 195 pound-feet of torque total. The battery is a 0.7 kilowatt-hour lithium pack, has an EV range of 33 miles. Backed by a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, it earns 49 miles to the gallon combined, 0 to 60 time, 8.9 seconds. All Kia Niros are front-wheel drive and offers 2 different drive modes, Eco and Sport. The first thing you notice when you get in this vehicle is it is similar to the previous Kia Niro. If you owned one or you've driven one, you will find that what they've done is they've made some changes visually in the inside. But when you start the vehicle up, it immediately goes to the Eco mode because this vehicle is about fuel efficiency. Starting with the Eco mode as far as acceleration, it's a bit sluggish, but remember, this is a fuel economy car. That's what it's designed to do. And I think that putting it in Eco mode makes sense. And honestly, I've been driving it around for a week, and in Eco mode, it is absolutely fine. When would you use a Sport mode? Maybe when you're gonna pass or you feel more spirited for the day. But for the most part, I would just leave it in the Eco mode. It just doesn't make sense to move it to the Sport mode unless, like I said, you have a reason for that. The 9-speed automatic transmission is really nice. The shifts are smooth. The interior is really quiet considering the other cars in the class. I would say they're pretty equivalent, so you're not going to see a dramatic difference between one brand and another. As far as brakes, the brakes are nice. They're firm. They're crisp. Certainly builds some confidence. They're not over boosted, which I think is important. One of the things I noted right away when driving this vehicle is the turning radius is really tight. And that's good because when you have to get in and out of a parking spot, or in my case, I had to jockey around some cars, I was impressed. I didn't have to do a 100-point turn in order to turn the vehicle around in the driveway. And I think that is also something that you will appreciate when you have to get in and out of a tight space. And speaking of tight spaces, this vehicle does not have a park assist to get you out of the spot. So getting into tight spots can be done very easily. It is really an easy car to drive, and that's one of the things. In eco mode, I'm totally content. Moving it to the drive mode of sport, it picks up right away. I do like that feeling. Quiet turn signal too, which I do like. Now back to handling, going through these curvy roads. I'm really liking how this handles. It's very good contact to the road, builds confidence. In the sport mode, it has a tighter steering. But overall, this vehicle is really easy to drive. So if you're thinking about a high fuel efficient car that is not boring to drive, I think this vehicle not just stands out in the crowd, but it also is easy to drive, which makes you less stressed. Coming around to the back, there is a lot more space for the 2023 Kia Niro, and that is 23 cubic inches of space. Put the seats down and you're almost at 70. That's a lot of cubic feet compared to the competitors. But the one thing I do want to let you know, there is no spare tire underneath. There's a tire inflation product. When it comes to the pricing of the 2023 Kia Niro, it starts at $26,500, which is a really low entry price. That will get you your base entry-level Niro. Now, our vehicle is the SX Touring. It is fully loaded, and it came in at $36,000. There were no options on this car, and that's fine because when you buy an SX Touring, it has everything you need, from the full safety all the way to all the goodies that you want when it comes to technology. Now, there's some pros and cons. There's a lot of pros. Great fuel economy, tons of space, some of the largest cargo space available if you need it. The technology is easy to use. It's a pretty peppy little car considering its slow 0 to 60 time, handles well, and has a very nice quiet ride. On the negative side, there is no all-wheel drive. I think that might be a problem. On the negative side, I wish this vehicle had just a little bit more get up and go, but it also is not available in an all-wheel drive option, and I think that might be a problem if you live in the upper half of the country. You will definitely need snow tires. But overall, I'm really impressed with the 2023 Kia Niro. This is the hybrid. We'll do a separate review on the plug-in and the electric. But in the meantime, go take one for a test drive, see what you think, then also test drive its main competitors, which would be the Prius or any other hybrid vehicle. And there are a lot of them in this category. I know I didn't cover every single little detail on this vehicle, and I'm sure you have questions. Put that down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to get you an answer because I want you to buy the right vehicle so that you have car smarts. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down below, as well as for the website, the podcast, the social media, and the book. And if you could like and share this, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.